Guys, we're here at Foxborough where the Patriots have won all those championships. You got the greatness of Brady and that entire team. We're here in the stadium. It says 60,000 plus people. And just inspired, just visualizing, because you need to visualize before you actually materialize.
I really wonder what people are going to be thinking as they look around like a stadium like this. I mean, this is history. So much history was made here. And you may not play in a stadium like this, but you play in your own stadium called life, your own office, and you write your own history.
It's insane. Look at this. Entire stadium reserved for us. Can you believe that? So we're super excited to be here today in this retreat. Learn from the best, listen to the whole mentorship. So PHP Agency, thank you so much for this opportunity. Looking forward to it.
We're about to watch the documentary on what Brady and the Patriots did. And Brady said, I'm going to be a household name. PHP is going to be a household name. And we're going to mastermind on how to do that today.
It starts on that Monday night and driving people when people don't see you in the limelight. You know, it's all about, you know, the day before, you know, talking to your team. And
it got me very emotional too when he said, there was this one play that changed it all. This one play changed it all. And I thought, this is that one appointment, that one guest, that one recruit you get.
He's celebrating and he's telling Coach Belichick, thank you for believing in me. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance.
They will run through a wall for a man who believes in him or her. They just want to hear those words. Tell me you believe in me.
You always grow based on the people that you are around and the leadership that you have the proximity to be around. So every time we've been here at PHP Agency, there's an opportunity to qualify for something, to raise our identity, because you can never out-earn how you think about things. Make sure you qualify for the next event so you can be around this type of conversation. We're going to be here for 2 days. We're already halfway through the first day. So much knowledge, so many nuggets that we're getting so far. So we're super excited for you to join us at the next Million Point Base Shop big event. Train the trainers. No matter what, get yourself there. Everything matters.
What I'm just feeling right now is just very emotional. Yesterday, the first day of the event, it has just been a life-changing event. I promise you, you are about to find out who is the dominator of PHP Agency, because this is the moment. After today, the entire company is about to change. But you better watch out because we're coming for you.
I'm just super excited. This is amazing. The documentary has been amazing so far. We've learned so much, so many takeaways, so I'm super excited for day 2.
And we're watching episode 8 right now. We're at lunch right now. I mean, I'm just excited because I can take his mindset. How do I apply what Tom Brady applied to this stadium to PHP for my 10-year decade run here at PHP?
Please help me bring up Ben, Matt, and Rob.
He's like literally tapping like, man, how'd you get that? I'm like, you gotta get in the film room, dude.
How do I want to represent my brand? But part of doing that is believing in yourself and the longevity of your career, right? Like, you're not going to just take the short term. And so
a group has to come up and say, yo, we can't have this because it affects me, him.
If you have a team of people around you that just play to what's easiest, you cannot succeed. That's impossible.
This has been by far one of the greatest events we've ever had as PHP, because it has given us so much clarity on who we are.
What's cracking, everybody? Money Smart Guy Matt Sapaula here. Hailins here from Dallas, Texas. And joining me today, fellow cash flow millionaire, first generation immigrant from El Salvador, Rodolfo Vargas. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I am here in Houston, Texas, getting ready for closeout, mid-month closeout today. I'm excited to be here with you, Matt. Today, we're going to have a different podcast today because we're going to be talking about what's going on right now with the market, what's going on right now with the company, and what is it that we're going to be doing next. So give it the mic to you, Matt. Excited to be here with you.
I'm also going to show a bunch of videos that Rodolfo and I and many of the people in PHP Agency, I don't know if you know this, but PHP Agency, our big X factor is a lot of our guys are on social media, crusading the message of free enterprise, helping people understand the power of the life insurance industry, the power, what it can do for you in the midst of a recession and what's going on with the bear market and the announcement today by the Federal Reserve. But we're going to get started here. Take your notes. And anybody here that has a question, please put it in the live chat. We'll get back to you starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We are back. So, Rodolfo, big announcement today for those that had been paying attention to what's going on in the economy. Yesterday, the Federal Reserve got into a meeting for the potential to increase interest rates. And the word around the block that the increase of the interest rates would be at 0.75% or 75 basis points. And about an hour ago, guess what? It's official. The interest rate now has been increased. The Federal Reserve has increased the interest rates by 0.75%. So, Rodolfo, we're in the insurance business. We have companies that are experts at managing risk, the insurance companies we do business with. Can you break down, Rodolfo, what you're telling your team right now, the impact of what an interest rate hike is and how it impacts people that you're training and recruiting and developing?
Yeah, I mean, if I don't have to talk about the insurance industry, let's talk about the families right now. Let's talk about the family, the regular family that is, we have a regular family right now that was planning to buy a home, right? This family is planning to buy $500,000 house, $750 home, right? Mm-hmm. The family is excited. They've been working for a couple months to buy this house. All of a sudden, they tell you, hey, you know what? So the payment was going to be $2,500. I'm sorry. The payment is not going to be anymore $2,500. If you wanted to buy the same house, now the payment is going to be $3,000. It's going to be $3,500.
When we do this, Rodolfo, I have a mortgage calculator over here. Why don't we actually take a case study of what you're talking about here? Let's share our screen here. What's the typical house there in Houston?
I mean, they have to go with the $500,000 house. $500,000
in Houston? Okay, $500,000 house in Houston. Okay, so right now, if you buy a $500,000 house in Houston, it's 6.654% interest rate.
No. I will do first. I will do the when the interest was lower, right?
No. This is it. The calculator hasn't factored in the increased interest rate.
Really? So we cannot go lower. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So right now it's 6.654.
Right. Correct.
So the monthly payment is $3,211.
Correct. By the way, guys, if you see this, I just Googled the mortgage calculator, so it's not like it's our own PHP calculator. It's something everybody can access.
Why don't you include the taxes and fees? Over there, it says over there in the top, it says include taxes and fees. There you go. Okay, there you go. So the payment is $4,000. So this family, and you see how it changes when you do taxes and fees?
Yeah, so let's do it without.
Okay.
And let's do it within.
So actually, the home price is $625,000. Then we can do lower, but they're just. I was just doing for round the numbers, okay?
Yep.
So $3,211. If you're getting a loan of $500,000,
let's do that again. Okay, so with the 100, let's do an FHA type loan, which is a 3% down FHA loan. Okay, so.
Too complicated. Do the conventional. Do the regular. The first one. Yeah.
Do the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
So 20% down payment. First of all, the typical person buying a $500,000 house, you have $100,000 saved up. You know, because if you're doing what's the FHA? And by the way, I'm just playing a mortgage planner right now. But let's say what's FHA down payment?
FHA down payment.
Three, right?
It's 3.5%. Okay. So let's say 500,000 times 3.5%. That's a $17,500 mortgage payment. 17,500.
Okay.
FHA loan. Okay. There it is.
Well, so the interest is 6.34. Can you change the interest or no?
We can.
Okay. So what happened if that interest goes to what? To 7 point, you want to do 7%? You want to do 7.5?
Well, at that point, yeah, it's 0.75. So 6.34 plus 0.75 is now a 7.09% interest rate.
So wait, go back.
Okay.
So it was 6.34, right?
Yep.
So the payment was 4,064.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me paint you the picture, okay?
Here we go.
So there's a family out there which income, let's assume is what percentage of their income they need to be in order to buy that home. I'm just assuming numbers, right? This family has been saving. This family had approved for the loan. This family makes 6 figures a year, whatever they make, right? And this family have determined, this family has stayed disciplined for all these many years because they want to buy this house and their monthly payment is $4,000. They told all their kids, hey, kids, we're going to have this beautiful home with a nice backyard over here in Houston, over here in Dallas, over here in LA, over here in wherever you're going to be living. And they sell the dream. And they told their family, you're going to come over here to Thanksgiving. We're going to have a blast together. We're going to celebrate birthdays. We're going to have, this is going to be the home of our dreams. Okay? Did I say it correctly?
You said it right. It's exactly it. Why would you want? That's exactly why you bought out.
So, mom, guess what? I'm gonna be buying a home, and I'm an FHA, so it's gonna be the first time that I'm buying a home, mom. I cannot wait to invite you. And the mom says, "I'm so proud of you, son, because you're gonna be buying a home. You're gonna be living the American dream." So now, what happened next, Matt?
Interest rates increased by 0.75%. So shall we increase this?
Yes.
Okay, so instead of 6.34, now you're at 7.09.
So now you increase it to, that includes $300 a month. That is gonna be about $3,600 a year. That has to change. Oh, you know what? You might not even qualify for it anymore. Right?
That's right.
You
because based on your debt to income ratio.
Correct.
DTI.
Correct. So you must say, oh, you know what, Matt? And that's assuming a 700, 719 credit score, okay? And that's assuming that you don't get a higher interest. What if this interest goes to 7, 8, 9%? That would be insane.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen? People are gonna, you know what? You either do two things. You really want to buy the house? You can't. You're gonna have to buy another home that the price is lower. Right?
450, because it says lower to 450.
Mm-hmm.
Or 475.
Correct.
So you're now you're back down to the $4,000 mark.
Correct. Correct. So that's what the families are going through right now. So let me give you this other scenario. Some people are gonna say, you know what? I would rather not buy a house right now.
Let me stay renting.
Yes, we're gonna stay renting. We'd rather not to buy a house because the price of the house are gonna go lower anyway. So we'd rather wait.
And here's the flip side too. Landlords may know this, and since they know more homes aren't going to be sold, and the demand more is for apartments to be rented or homes to be rented, guess what you think the landlords are going to do? If there's high demand for rental property, apartments, and rental homes, and there's not enough supply, guess what happens to the cost of rent? Lower or higher?
It's going to go higher.
It's going to go higher. So this is what we got going on right now in the economy.
And you don't have to be an expert in numbers or anything, or you don't have to be an expert on anything. This is just a calculator, right? So what's going on? So the interest rates affect us, affects the economy of the family. So the family is thinking, you know what? I would rather gonna keep renting. I'm not gonna buy the house yet. I'm gonna buy it in the future. And the dreams, I mean, you're gonna have to tell your kids, you know, that house that we wanted to buy, we're not buying it.
Yep.
Or we're gonna have to buy a small one. That's the reality right now, what's going on with America. And this is not counting. So groceries are going up, gas is going up, everything is going up. There is an inflation. So there is also bad news and good news, because you know the story, right? The rich are going to keep getting rich and the poor are going to keep getting poor. And that's a reality. So when the price of the home start going down, there is going to be some people that are going to have cash and they're going to buy that home, and they're going to accumulate all the equity on the house.
You know, Rodolfo, I know we've been having this conversation from the buyer's standpoint, as if you're the one going to buy the property. But what's the flip side? The flip side is the seller. So let's say you're trying to sell this $500,000 house. You bought it at $350 a couple of years ago. Now you want to, hey, you know what? I just made 150 grand on my house, and now I'm trying to sell it for $500,000. And then what happens is the pool, the buyer base of those that can qualify formally for that $500,000 house, but because of the increase of the interest rates, now a certain percentage of that pool, as you mentioned earlier, can no longer afford the monthly payment for the home. In other words, less offers are going to be made for that house.
That's right. That's right.
So Rodolfo, if you're the seller and you're not getting the offer that you want, you try to sell this thing for $500,000 and it's listed for 30 days. It's listed for 60 days. 2 months now, your house isn't being sold. What are you going to do as a seller? What would be your move, Rodolfo, if you had a hard time selling your house?
And you need to know that this person has been waiting. That person has been the effort. That person prepared the house. The person maybe remodeled the house, invested some money in the house. I mean, it's a difficult position to be. Difficult position to be. And you need to, well, everybody knows these are consequences, right? These are consequences. Every action has a consequence. We'll reap what we sow. Yep. Okay, if we see some free money being printed, you see all these stimulus being done, somebody's gonna pay for it. Somebody is gonna have to pay for it. So anyway,
here, let me show you.
This was today?
It was about an hour ago.
No way.
Yeah. So let me show you. Because I've been looking over here in Dallas, because I've been looking for a home too as well. All right. So I'm looking for this home. So to answer my question, if I'm trying to sell this home and there's not enough offers for this home to make it more of an attractive offer, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lower the price.
Yeah.
So in other words, if I lower the price, then I'm taking equity off the table for me. So take a look at this, Rodolfo, right here in Frisco. Look what they started to do here. This was not happening a year ago. See that right there? What they listed for 2.9 million. What did they do?
Yeah.
They're reducing the price. By the way, these are some killer homes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Look at this. Dropped it by 100,000.
Yeah, similar to Houston.
Dropped it by 110,000.
Mm-hmm.
A year ago, it'd be the opposite. Dropped it. Look at this. Dropped it by another 105,000. I don't see anybody increasing their price like they were a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go here to mid-size homes. I'm sorry. Look at here. Look at this. Dropping by 65,000. Dropping by 65. The chinks in the armor are starting to be exposed. Right? Look at this, bro. Dropped it by 300 grand. And by the way, if you guys don't know about Frisco, Texas is one of the hottest cities over the last 10 years to have property in. The Dallas Cowboys just built a practice facility a few years ago. The PGA is moving in and prospering up north. $14,000 drop. Look at this. $25,000 drop. Want to look in Houston, bro?
Yeah, you can see it's the same. I promise you it's the same prices, same thing. You go to Houston. I live in you put Houston, Texas. I live in Houston, right?
Yep. Houston, Texas.
They put the map. No,
let's go highest price.
Highest price. You're gonna see 20.
I messed that up. Let me go back here. highest price, Houston, Texas. Look at these homes, man. Look at this $25 million house. Dropped it by $2 million.
Insane. Yeah, I know what those houses are. And
you got some killer homes out there in Houston, man.
Yeah.
Look at this house. Almost dropped it by $1 million. And some of you guys are saying, by the way, could you please allow us to dream real quick?
So let me give you another phenomenon that happened. Oh, have you seen? But you know what's a house? Go to Google, go to YouTube, and type Tyler Perry house. Have you seen Tyler Perry house?
No.
Oh my gosh, that's the house that I want. Tyler Perry. Go to Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry home. Just got a house right now. It's being in construction. Okay. Do that video. Do the third video. The third video. The 48,000 views. That has more or less. Look at the house, brother.
Hold on. Let me make sure we share the sound. You have to have the full experience here, man. There you go. Yeah, boy, look at that.
It's so hard just holding on, ain't even picking up my phone. It's hard enough to be, hard enough
Look
to
at that,
stay,
man.
hard enough
That's
to be
the
alone.
road going to the house.
I'm just trying to move along.
Take about like 10,
Sometimes
15
I
minutes
do
to
and
get
then
into the
I
house
don't.
from the entrance. There is
Tell
another
me
video
what
that
I'm
you-
doing wrong. Tell myself that it ain't healthy.
10 to 15 minutes to get into the house from the road.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of feeling empty. Find my eyes.
They have their own runway. You know when the planes land, you're gonna see it, right?
Seems like this is never ending.
By the way, if you guys are watching this, just watching a bunch of guys, this is what fires us up, man. This is the juice. This is the fuel. This is the fire. Those who are watching this right now, what's your next? What fires you up? Are you just going through the grind? Are you just punching the clock, paycheck to paycheck, another day, another dollar? Same old, same old. You look at these things, Rodolfo, when you look at homes like this, what are you asking yourself?
Look at this. I dream. You see the balcony? Stop it. Stop it. So okay. So I dream about like this. This is the balcony from the balcony. You can see over there from the master bedroom. I dream walking over there in the balcony and having a big party over there with 200, 300 people, right? And grabbing how you call it, doing a toast, right? With champagne.
That's it.
With all your friends and family, all your major players, guys. I want to do a toast. Thank you for coming today. God bless you guys. Imagine
My
that.
toast. Hey, never above you, never below you, but right beside you. Oh,
yes.
That's it.
I dream about the stuff. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. That's what I dream.
It looks like there's a sub level to this too.
Yeah, there's like a parking lot downstairs. Oh my gosh, look at that.
For those of you who are watching this right now, I hope you have something like this that drives you. This is it, man. This is dreams, man. Most people just, let me just work, or let me just sell insurance, or let me just do real estate. But this is the juice, man. This is the fire. When you look at this stuff and the fact that you have the ability to control your income, you look at Tyler Perry. One day he was homeless, and he's now building a home like this. What's this, bro?
This is when the plane land, and your helicopter and your plane. Ah, my gosh.
He's got his own airstrip.
He was homeless, bro. I'm talking about 1993, 1994. I don't know exactly the time, but he was homeless. Tyler Perry, if you're listening to this, man, I'm a big fan of you, man.
Yo, hey.
Big fan of you.
Put me in that mix. I'm a big fan of you as well, and we will have you at a future PHP Agency event.
How amazing is this? Now, you remember the video that he did when he says he sold the grace of God?
Yeah.
You remember that 10 years ago that he did that video?
Yeah.
Says, man, he sold the grace of God. He was homeless, man, and now he's building his house. That's amazing, man. So anyway, let me go back to the interest rates. Speechless. You're speechless. What a house, huh?
Imagine, bro, we have our own team MMA at your house. We have a team retreat at Vargas Estate.
Believe me,
I take my guys to your house, and
you're gonna invite me to yours too.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that.
And we land in your backyard. We land in your backyard in a private airstrip.
We're gonna do masterminds. We're gonna invite people. We're gonna have speakers there. We're gonna have that's the juice. That's why we do what we do. Exciting, man. When I see the house, I said, man, that's the way that I imagine mine.
Yeah.
That's the way that I imagine.
Yep.
So, you know what's interesting about all these interests and everything? Think about it like this, man. So the other phenomenon going on is this, and this is the major problem, because in economy, it's all about perception, right? How do you perceive? So if you're perceiving the price is going down, are you gonna go hurry up and buy? Or majority of people are gonna wait? That's the real issue, right? The buyer's perception. So the buyer is perceiving, you know what? So, oh my God, since the prices are going down, so guess what? Let's wait. And that is a major problem right now, right?
And here's the thing too, don't be in denial either. Don't be in a position of denial where, oh, this is just gonna go blow by. We're gonna be all right. Listen, surviving during this era, I'm done with surviving. I don't know about you. When I decided to make the decision, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was sick and tired of every decision I had to make had some form of element or variable of money in the conversation inside the equation. I was sick and tired of that. I wanted once and for all for me to make a pure decision. And for me, the pure decision was having money being removed as a factor in making the decision. So like Rodolfo, you're going to be at the point where buying a Tyler Perry home is no longer going to be a factor of, do we have qualifications for it? Do we have the money for it? Do we have the down payment for it? Do we qualify? It's no longer going to be a factor. You're going to say, is it going to be a success? Did you want this house, or did you want the one in Fort Lauderdale next to Patrick? Because we can get this one out right now. What do you want to do? That's the conversation, right? So what I wanted to do too, bro, because you've been putting up some killer videos on Instagram. Why don't we unpack some of the episodes that you've been putting up there to educate people?
Let's see. So we're gonna do both, right? We're gonna do both. We're gonna see your videos. Okay.
Yeah. So let's see here. I'm punching you up right now. Rodolfo Vargas. Let me share my screen. 3, 2, 1. There we go. There's that Rodolfo. Make sure you're following Rodolfo Vargas Official. Rodolfo, this is your only account, right? There's no other fake accounts where you're asking people for Bitcoin and crypto.
You know what's crazy? You know what drives me crazy? When I see a fake account with like 2,000 subscribers, I say, man, why don't you subscribe? I want those subscribers come to me. You know, what are you doing? There is some fake account with 7,000 followers.
It's crazy.
And that's crazy. But yeah, what do we have there?
Okay, so which one do you want to play? What do you want to break down?
By the way, do you see that with Milo? We're dressed the same. He picked how to dress. And he picked how to dress. And what's crazy is Milo says some crazy stuff now. For example, I said, if the food is good, I say, esto está bueno. So this is good, right? El food está bueno. Now he's eating and he says, esto está bueno, right? So meaning everything I said, he repeats it. Everything. That's everything. Great. And he saw me how I dress, and he wanted to dress just the same. He wants to dress the same. He wants to do the same thing. So that's the day that he came to the office the other day. That's sexy. We're having a blast. But do you have videos there?
Man, it's an awesome picture. One thing, Jordan isn't as talkative, but what Jordan will do when I come to the house, I want to run and kiss him and greet him or whatever, but he'll run away because he likes me to chase him. But when I'm in the house, wherever I am, he's right by my feet.
Wow.
If I'm in the shower,
likes to be around you.
Yeah. When I'm brushing my teeth and doing my hygiene in the morning, he just like this morning, I turned around, he's laying down next to my heels. He's right behind me. Right? What are you doing? Boy, what are you doing? He just wants to, you're right. He just wants to be around. It's so cute.
What's crazy, he's watching you, right?
Yeah.
He's watching you all the time.
Yeah. But let's talk about this real quick. Let's break this one down. How this is very cool. For those of you watching this right now, how would you like to make your first million? We're going to unpack how Rodolfo Vargas made his first million. So
I did many points. I did many points on how I made the first million, right? This is one of them. This is number 12.
Okay.
And
What do you mean by this?
one of the reasons is successful people, wealthy people, they get to pick both. They pick always both. You know what? How unsuccessful or I was poor, right? I was broke. We get to pick. Okay, what's more important, family or money, or what's more important, being a spiritual or business? What happens is successful people they get to pick both. Like you can have both. You can have family and you can have money. You can have a thriving business and you can have a great relationship with God. You can have both. So the example is, some people, what's more important? Your family is not important, or what is more important to you? Or only money is important? No, both of them are not important. Everything is important.
Yeah.
So you can have both.
Love it.
What's your take on this one?
There's your carousel? Oh, there you go. Oh, I love this one.
So I used to think it was one or the other one, pick one. And this is what most people think because that's what they were taught as they were growing up. You can only have ice cream or you can have this. No, you can have both.
You can have both.
You can have both. This is exactly what kept me from making enough money. I believe having one pull me the way to the other one. It's like deciding between your arm and your leg. You definitely need both. You know how people say what's more important, your arm or your leg? Well, both are important.
Yeah.
Both of them are important.
It's not if or which, it's both. Yeah.
It's both. And so I had to stop feeling guilty for wanting to work more and for wanting to make more money. There is nothing wrong with that. There is a side that I grew up, when you grow up in a family, middle income or poor family, when you want something, when you're driven by something, there is always somebody that is going to make you feel a little bit guilty. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And reality is you can have both. There is nothing to feel guilty about it. The problem was that I wasn't aware I was feeling guilty. I was actually, my subconscious was feeling guilty and therefore blocked me from going for more.
Oh,
why? Because that belief was imprinted in me from all those messages I was exposed when growing up. I had to unlearn and accept that I can always find a way to get what I want without compromising.
What would you have to unlearn? What's one thing that you had to unlearn?
I'm going to tell you feeling guilty. Have you ever heard about this? But have you ever heard when people say, today we were talking about balance. You need to have balance.
Yeah.
Balance is overrated. I mean, it's not balance when somebody needs. Balance. People need habits. It's not balance. No, you need habits.
Don't look for balance, look for habits.
Look for habits. For example, I want to have balance. No, for example, it's not that you have balance with your physical life and your business. You're in shape because you have habits. You have time that you go, and good habits that make you go and exercise every day. You have good habits that make you spend time with they give you time to, the reason why you spend time with your kids is because you have good habits that gives you time to spend time with your kids.
Yep.
So it's not balance what we need. We need good habits.
Like Rodolfo, for example, in my schedule, I literally have like every hour planned for. Right? So I know what I'm doing at the office, 8:30 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12. I used to work out in the morning all the time, but Jordan's been sick, and since the day he was born, he's never slept through the night really. So that kind of messes me up because I want Sheena to get her rest as much as she can. And thankfully now we have a nanny, but for some reason, even with the live-in nanny, we still have all the kids. All the kids sleeping.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
And then when Jordan still sleeps, he sleeps with us in the bed, and it's just like for me, it's a comforting feeling to have your little for me, having a toddler. All 5 of my kids, they always slept with us when they were toddlers, and there's just a form of connection with me with the kids. Call me weird, whatever, but that's just me. But I got to go to the gym sometime. So lunchtime, I'll go to the gym. If I'm not in the gym, I'm having a power lunch with one of our associates, a new associate, somebody I'm looking to bring onto the business, or a center of influence that I'm looking to obtain referrals from. Today, the center of influence I had got cigars with a week ago. He sent me 2 referrals today.
Nice.
So, those are things that I'm doing in terms of habits. 5 o'clock, I'm going to go home 2 times a week to make sure I have dinner with the kids. And then I'm back to the office by 7 o'clock. right? Wrap up by 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I get home and put the kids to bed. You know, they're going to bed later now because it's the summertime.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? So I have the same thing with Milo, and Milo coming and wanting to sleep in our bed. Not Enzo. Enzo is really good.
He's a bit more independent.
I accepted that I can have a spiritual and I have money, that I can be more efficient at work and I still have quality time with my family.
That's what you learned.
Yep.
That's what you learned. That's it.
Yeah. To make my first million, I had to let go the guilt. I had to be responsible and commit to a new way of thinking. I can have both.
Love it. Everybody out there, you can have both. You can have both. And the biggest thing for me too is what was the guilt. Don't yourself guilt yourself. Don't let anybody else guilt you that you got big goals and dreams. We just show you the house of Tyler Perry. We just show you property that fires up Rodolfo Vargas. And we don't want you shortchanging yourself too as well. We want you to have a big life. And guess what industry is most likely to make you a millionaire? This right here. And so let's talk a little bit about insurance real quick. Why the insurance? I want to flip to this one. About here's we were talking about earlier. This is where the announcement of the Federal Reserve just raised interest rates.
Oh wow! So you posted already.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's read it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Federal Reserve live updates. Interest rates raised 0.75% percentage points. So here's my caption: brace for impact. Announced yesterday, we are in a bear market. The next announcement will be that we're in a recession. I believe that's going to happen sometime in July, even though we believe we're already in it. Why? Because the recession is defined as 2 consecutive quarters where there's a negative GDP. Well, that was 2 consecutive quarters last month on closeout. So they haven't announced that we're in a recession, but if you want to go by the definition, we're in a recession. It just hasn't been announced yet officially by the government. What happens here, banks will abruptly slow down lending, especially to those that need it the most. Who needs it the most? We just talked about it. The multicultural middle class, small business owners. Why? Because it's going to be more costly to have a line of credit, more costly to have a credit card, more costly to get a mortgage. Job layoffs are imminent. So if you can't get the credit, the lines of credit or the capital to fund and finance your business, then job layoffs are in it because now you got to let people go. Now here's a good part, Rodolfo. You and I are in a model where we didn't have to fund and finance your business with a small business loan.
Yeah.
Small business loan or a line of credit. I mean, Rodolfo, you funded and finance your business by saving your commission income.
You know, I was talking about this about somebody like, okay, let's just say somebody doesn't get laid off, but they have a job, right? They have a fixed income because they have because they have a salary. So what's going on with these prices going up? So the person might not get laid off, but the quality of life, the power of their money that is not valued as much as it was. So if somebody's making $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, yep. and because of the inflation, now those 5,000 is 4,000 because there's 10,000, you can only buy $8,000 worth of stuff. Yep. So even though you have a job, because of inflation, you're worth less.
Yeah, you're worth less.
Yeah.
And your money's worth less. We just talked about this housing prices.
Not you. That's what I meant. Yeah. Not you. You as a person, no. You as a person, you're worth a lot, but the money that you have is worth less. Yep. Not you.
This might correct, and this might take the stock market to potentially expose people to risk and unnecessary losses. Overall cost of businesses. If the business it takes them more money to operate their business, well, guess who is going to eat it? It's not going to be them. It's going to be the consumer, or else they're out of business. So the consumer has to be charged more money for it. So time to cross, like for example, the reason why I don't like this word consumer, like the media likes to call us consumers. Consumer spending, consumer buying, consumer. So subconsciously, we're being told by the media that we're consumers. I never liked that word. Be a generator, be a creator. And so here's some of the, here's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about, by the way, I recorded this video. I'm about to play it. I recorded this video last year before I moved to Dallas. This is the Kwok brothers, and here. Let me. Where do I?
That was a very good video. That was a very good video. When you're talking about real estate and everything with this guy.
Everybody's out partying. Here we go. This is like, I just did a video on my YouTube channel, my reaction towards filling up my car with $90 worth of gas because I have to take premium.
Now it's 130, by the way.
Right.
Man, what a hard life.
But you're right.
Yeah.
I wasn't so worried about it. You know why? Because the years prior to that, I was working on my game.
That's right.
I was working on, when everybody was out partying and doing their thing, I was studying insurance books. So now that gas is up, I've been able to increase my income and not be so concerned. And furthermore, because I put gas inside a business vehicle, I can deduct it on my taxes. I just did a video on my YouTube channel. Rodolfo, you got a Lamborghini, you got a Maserati. Have you been able to deduct your expenses on your cars?
Yes. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
So I was, now that you mentioned the Lamborghini, have I told you this or no? I have not told this on a podcast. I was going to trade my Lamborghini. Okay. This has never happened to me my entire life. So I go to the store and they say, right now, you give me your car. I give you $80,000 cash, $100,000 cash right now. So my car, guys, I don't know if anybody sells cars and listening to this, every time I go buy a car, I know I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win, or you know what I mean, right? If I enter in a leadership, I'm losing. I already lost. Okay, I know that. This is the first time in the history of my life that I enter in a dealership and I'm winning. The Lamborghini has equity right now. Never. I drove it for free. I've been driving the Lamborghini for free.
Because now it's worth more than what you originally bought it for.
Correct.
Yes.
The cars are going up and up and up. Cars are going up.
The reason why people aren't taking advantage of this is because they didn't have the finance to begin with to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
So bro, remember my Rolls Royce?
I do. That car, you sell it, right? You sold it. Or you
exactly. I just sold it. For the same amount of money I bought it for 2 years ago.
That was great. By the way, I know that's not gonna be forever, right?
Yeah.
My car, right? It's not gonna be forever. But that has never happened. It's so weird times right now.
Yeah.
So weird times. And the people that know how to capitalize, like you, and they're gonna make a lot of money right now. So I'm telling everybody, guys, get prepared. Get prepared. The next 18 to 24 months are gonna be very interesting. Very interesting. What is about to happen?
Gotcha. So let's talk about something, how people can protect their retirement plan, because you and I are both inside the insurance industry. And the last, as long as you've been in this business, how much money has your clients lost due to downturns in the stock market?
Zero. What happened is this. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know, when the market is going up, I might have a client calling me, oh my gosh, my friend make da. And I only make this, right? Yeah. Because we have a product that, you don't lose, but you have cap, right? You cannot make full 100% of what the market does.
Yeah.
But right now, when the market is losing, everybody's so happy right now. That's what we sell, protection.
So let's talk about, so this next clip I want to share on my IG profile, this 60-second video, is why the insurance companies can pass on safety and protection in a floor. So here's my reaction to why the insurance industry is so strong. Here, let's check this out here and move this up. Okay, so policy, whatever you put in there, to talk about this topic of inflation, everything you just talked about inflated in value. Here we go. But if you have policies that have a guaranteed floor, that no matter what, they'll either have the minimum interest rate guarantee with inside the policy, or a 0% floor. In other words, everybody might be losing money in the stock market or potentially in real estate or in cryptocurrency. But inside a life insurance policy, whatever you put in there, your premiums, safe. They're never going to earn less than what you put in there. They're never going to earn less than what the minimum guaranteed interest rate is with inside that policy. But if it's a little bit more the fancier one, which is the index universal life, they index their returns to an index like S&P 500, the Dow Jones, Russell 2000, right? These are different indices that the
policies buy option. The insurance companies buy options towards. So when the market goes up, you lock in a potential positive return. Okay, up to a certain cap. Now, if the market crashes, and it will,
yes,
you're relegated to the minimum interest rate guaranteed inside the policy without ever putting your principal or previous earnings at risk. But if you have policies that have
Makes sense? Does that make sense, bro?
By the way, what a great way to explain it. You worded it very eloquently. Phenomenal message. It's like the example. You know, when I do classes, right? When we do classes, and we ask the crowd, you know the question, right? Hey, you have $100,000, and the market crashes minus 50%, and the next year, so 1 year the market crashes minus 50%. How much money you have? $50,000, everybody said, right? And the next year the market goes up 50%. How much money you have? And 80% of the room says $100,000. No, you don't, right? No, you don't, right? You have 75,000 because you lost.
Yep.
It's more difficult to recuperate after the market lost.
Yeah.
In an index strategy, with a floor, let's just say you only make 50% of what the market does. The market crashes, minus 50%. You still have $100,000. The next year, you make 50% of what the market does. Let's assume, right? What is 50% of the market? The next year, the market does 50%. And you make 50% of that, that's 25%. That is 125,000. So would you rather have 125,000? Would you rather have 75,000? It's crazy. The moment the market goes down, it's more difficult to recuperate.
I also want to show this too. You're absolutely right, Rodolfo. I also want to show a lot of people don't realize with the insurance companies because they're experts at managing risk. So your degree in El Salvador, what was it, Rodolfo? You were excuse me. So let me show you something that Rodolfo is very familiar with. It's called pie charts.
Yeah.
So here's a pie chart. So this is one of the insurance companies we do business with. This is SILAC. Okay. So this is how insurance companies can pass on safety and guarantees to the policyholders. So when you look at an insurance company, it almost looks like a mutual fund, but instead of equities that are for growth, this is for safety and protection. So in this example, for example, they got $250 million of capital, and 68% of it, Rodolfo, is bonds.
Wow.
So when interest rates, so in other words, they bought a bunch of bonds, and whatever the interest rate the bonds are earning, that's what they use to pass on to the policyholders who are earning X amount of interest rate inside the insurance policy. And the other 6.9% is mortgages. So Rodolfo, if think about this, me and you one day we open up a bank, the Vargas and Sapaula Bank, Sapaula and Vargas Bank and Trust, and we're lending out money for people to buy commercial real estate. What's the interest rate we think we'll charge people? Whatever's going on that rate, right? Whatever's competitive. So people go out buy some property, and it's securitized by that property, but now we're collecting, for example, 7, 8, 9% interest. And that is passed on to the policyholder. But check this out too, Rodolfo. Look at this. On you see that common stock and preferred stock? People think that, hey, insurance companies, they could be exposed to risk. Well, only 1.3% of their portfolio, of the entire portfolio, is exposed to risk. And if you look at BA assets, basically they're long-term assets required by the NAIC. 7.3%. Those are long-term type of assets. Derivatives. Remember, the derivatives were the risky ones that caused the 08, 09 Great Recession. Mortgage-backed securities, derivatives, and then cash. 50% of cash. Rodolfo, when you see somebody invest a portfolio very conservatively like this, how does it make you feel as a policy owner or a person putting your money with an insurance company like this?
I mean, so safe.
Yeah.
So safe. So let's go back to the families. Let me give you this example. you're one of the families, right? That we have. Let's just say Sapaula's family. And one day you do a party in your home. Okay, you do a party and you invite your 3 friends. You show them, listen, guys, I have in my safe, I have $100,000 cash. Let's just say, right, $20,000 cash. Okay? And you show this to your 3 friends. Hey, look at this, I have this cash over here. You're doing a party, and then you keep going with the party.
Yeah.
The next morning, you go and open the safe. And all of a sudden, you find out of the $100,000, $20,000 are missing.
Uh-oh.
Who do you call?
Ghostbusters. Because it just disappeared.
It just disappeared, right? Would you call some of your friends? Hey, what's up, brother? Why am I losing money?
Yeah.
Would you call the cops? Probably you call the cops too, right?
Yeah.
Probably you call the cops. Hey, I'm missing over here $20,000 cash.
Somebody robbed me.
Yes. So question for you. You have your money in your 401k, in your IRA. You have your money in crypto. All of a sudden, you find out $20,000 are missing. Who do you call? Who are you calling? Who are you calling? Who are you complaining to? You know how many people? So I'm going to the family. The family, not the wealthy people is different, right? Because the wealthy are going to be wealthy. They're going to be wealthy. But I'm looking at somebody, right? Imagine your parents. Imagine my parents. Imagine somebody who works over there in AT&T, somebody who works at the Verizon. Imagine somebody who works for the electricity company, whatever, right? The person that works over there, the 60-year-old guy, that is your uncle. He sees the account. Open the account, right? By the way, I just received an annuity here, but anyway, I can show it to you later, right? It's a real deal.
Yeah.
You see the account, right? Holy moly. I just lost $20,000. What do I do? By the way, this is a real legit statement, by the way. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it, right? It's negative, right? Show negative, minus 15%, right?
Because of the market. Yep.
Yes. How much a client lost?
Zero.
So all my clients, they see it. They say, you know, the market crash. They can go to sleep, correct? They don't call me right now because they're so happy, right? Yeah. People only call when they're afraid. None of my clients because they're happy. But I'm going to that family, man, looking at the statement saying, I just lost 20K. Who do I call? Human resources?
You call the White House.
Call the White House? Who do you call? Who do they call?
Mm-hmm. My mother, if you guys don't know this, is on her 3rd annuity contract. I've been in this business in 1999. Rodolfo, she's actually right here in the reception area waiting to shoot. We're going to shoot a video about my mother's experience about not losing any money in the last 22 years.
Wow.
And so we also have a saying here in financial services: don't put your client's money into something you wouldn't trust your own mother's money in. And I know if some of you guys are watching this, you're brand new to the insurance industry, you're brand new to the PHP Agency family, or you may not even be aware. But I want you to know there is a place out there. There is a safe harbor. There is a safe money strategy when it comes to moments like this, where interest rates increase, recessionary periods, bear market, et cetera, et cetera. Listen, when times are good, people buy real estate, people buy stocks, people buy gold, people buy jewelry, people buy crypto. By the way, speaking of crypto, we're not going to get too much involved in. What happened to many of the exchanges yesterday, a couple of days ago? The exchanges were locked. You couldn't liquidate your crypto, even though crypto was crashing. By the way, the reason why we know crypto, because we ran a sales contest last year. And when I remember when Ricky and Erica got a $50,000 bonus, but because they asked to be paid in Bitcoin, it became, was it 90,000, Rodolfo?
That's right. Yeah, correct.
And so now they got it at a high. But now, remember I was joking with Patrick. So if Bitcoin crashes, is that a chargeback? But more power to Ricky and Erica, the newest millionaires of PHP Agency. We're so proud of you guys. So proud of what you guys have been doing, established. Another millionaire for PHP Agency. We're going to have a lot more millionaires here in 2022. Rodolfo, before we wrap up, man, where are we going to be next week?
Next week, we're going to be in Paris and Monaco, okay? We're going to grab a cup of coffee. We're going to see the Eiffel Tower. We're going to drink it like this, right? We're going to have some croissant. Monsieur, we're going to have some croissant. I can't wait. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to have so much fun over there.
I've never been there. I've never been there. I've never been to Paris, never been to Monaco.
Never been there either, okay? And I cannot wait to go to Casino Monaco. We have a contest right now. We're going to go to Le Louis.
Rodolfo, we got to fight to be there, man. We got to unseat Okafor. We got to unseat who else is on there?
Of course. Guys, Le Louis is, if you don't
Okafor,
know...
much love to you. I know you're watching this, bro, but we got to compete for that, right? But you got to expect that. Just like you've unseated me right now temporarily.
Today is closer, right? Today is the last day. So that's going to be Le Louis, the best restaurant. How many Michelin stars in the restaurant? We're going to do that. We go with the team. We're having fun. We work hard, but we also have fun. We're going to go to Eiffel Tower. Are you going to go to the Louvre? You're going to go to the Louvre, the museum. We're going to see the Mona Lisa. We're going to see all that kind of stuff.
Actually, John Mason suggested, since I'm a veteran, he suggested that we take a tour to the shores of Normandy.
Oh, wow.
Where D-Day happened during World War II. And maybe that's just an area where I can just go visit, where my brothers and sisters and our fellow Americans, a bunch of 18, 19, 20-year-olds gave their life for the defense of the United States of America. So we're thinking about doing that. Going to Normandy. We're trying to see if there's a couple tours there, that slots that are available, but it's going to be a very important trip for me. I've never been out there, and America is today because of what we were able to accomplish through World War II. So, anyway, on a lighter note, Monaco, I'm excited about that. Bro, are you bringing out your European swimming briefs? I want to know.
I do. Oh my gosh, we imagine that. But
I have one, bro, where the back of the swimming briefs is PHP. I'm trying to get the one without I don't want any anyway, I'm just gonna leave that joke aside. But knowing me, because I don't have a back end, you're probably just gonna see PNP. The H has disappeared.
the menu, because every time we go, there is a menu that we can pick, right?
Yeah.
So menu like snails. You want snails? Do you see the menu or no? There is
escargot.
Yes, escargot. It's so different, man. We're not gonna find any tortillas. There is no tortillas over there. No, I don't know, bread. A lot of bread over there. But
I think Monaco, bro. I think Monaco is gonna be very humbling for us.
Damn, Monaco.
One out of 30 people there are millionaires. The most wealthiest and healthiest country in the world is Monaco.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. The next to the person who's a multi-millionaire. You remember when we went to Dubai? Same with Dubai. Man,
all right, Rodolfo, we haven't done it in a while. We got to do a jump photo. Promise?
Do it.
Let's do it for the Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower is a place to do it with the background, everything. We need to do it. Now we have no excuse. We need to do it.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, it's been good being busy with you. My last 6 going on 7 years with you, be able to travel the world with you and Ceci, and Sheena and Ceci are just BFFs, and to see your family grow, your children.
No kids, right? You're not taking the kids.
Right. Exactly. The only kids we're taking are my in-laws. My in-laws are coming along.
Good.
But
you know what's crazy for everybody that is listening to this in the company is that if you pay the price, the company is going to take care of you.
Yeah.
The company is going to take care of you, whether it's trips, whether it's with equity, commission. Everybody needs to know, in this company, PHP, if you give your best, if you pay the price, there is a promise. You pay the price and promise. You pay the price, that is going to be a big promise at the company always, and they deliver above and beyond. I have never been a trip on the company that is a regular trip. Every trip of the company is above and beyond.
Yep.
Don't you agree?
100%, brother. Like, we're shocked. I mean, we're expecting to be shocked, right? We're like expecting to be treated well, right? But then they still, blow our expectations. They're like, How did you guys do this? How did you guys do this? And They always have something. It's also in the details. You go to your room, there's a welcome gift. Just the small things that Moral is able to do, our chief reputation officer, and things that the home office does. We're just thankful and grateful for PHP Agency. And, I came from the insurance industry, 100%, personal producer. I did that for 12, 14 years. Buying leads and doing dinner seminars. I haven't done that. And when I get to, I promise you, I'm gonna have a very, very important conversation with you about the market that now I'm expanding into. The next chapter of the Money Smart movement. And I want you in on it because you're of this caliber, and let's continue to change and disrupt our family's generation income and disrupt the insurance industry. And great to be in business with you, bro. And I look forward to seeing you guys internationally, getting our passport stamped next week.
Next week. It's gonna be exciting, man. It's gonna be exciting. So for everybody watching, guys, there is no better time to do insurance and financial services. There is no better time for you to start bringing on board new people that want to learn the business. There is no better time right now. I'm telling you, we are in the perfect time for people to do this business. And this is just the beginning. We're gonna do the most exotic trips. We're gonna visit the craziest places. We're gonna do the crazy contest. And then we're gonna go to MGM Grand Arena. We're gonna have our convention with Nelly, with Penn and Teller. All the speakers are gonna be there. Shaquille O'Neal is gonna be there with us.
Yep. Shaq
is gonna be there. Okay, and if you're not getting ready for the MGM Grand Arena, get ready, because that is gonna be the event that everybody's gonna want to be.
Woo! Bro, there's a bunch of lists. I'm bringing. I'm just filling in as guests of mine, because when people find out that Nelly and Shaq are going to be there, people not even in PHP that are my friends are just flying out. Yeah, they're just flying out. They're coming out. I said, listen, if you can put yourself up, you can fly your way out, and you can feed yourself. I got a ticket for you, right? Because you and I have always purchased extra tickets just in case for situations like this. Because a lot of people, sometimes they don't plan ahead, but when it's coming towards crunch time, I just got people that's not even part of the PHP family asking if they can come. People that's in my network. So I'm excited for this, bro. We're gonna rock the house there with 13,000, 14,000 people at the MGM Grand Arena. And I want you to go out there and listen. For those of you, so you listen, man, I'm very confident with my job. I'm very confident in my industry. My question to you is, what if it's not as safe as you think it is? Would it be wise to have a plan B just in case plan A fails? Because unless you're 100% in control of plan A, and somebody said, well, Matt, I got my own business in this industry, 100% control in this industry. Well, is your industry safe? Well, we've proven that through PHP, we started during a recession.
That's right.
We expanded during COVID and the pandemic and the lockdowns. We expanded our reach in the country. We're not a theory anymore. PHP Agency is more of a proof of concept that we play offense when the country is facing its tightest, darkest fears and facing an economic setback. The industry that we represent is poised in position just to combat that. Because like I said earlier, when times are good, people buy stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, crypto, et cetera, et cetera. But when times are bad, guess what people fly to? Insurance. It's always a flight to quality and safety during tough times. So that being said, Rodolfo, I appreciate you co-hosting together with me here. Episode 49, we're wrapping up here, man. We're about to go to episode 50. But for those of you, please follow PHP Agency Instagram, because we're going to be broadcasting live from Paris, from Monaco. And for those of you that haven't followed him yet, make sure you follow my good friend here, my brother from another mother, Rodolfo Vargas, my El Salvadorian brother from another mother, Rodolfo Vargas, based out of Houston, Texas. So with that being said, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Drop your biggest takeaway. If you can, please put your biggest takeaway in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, please consider hitting like and hitting subscribe and being alerted the next time we upload and broadcast live our next podcast. From Dallas, Texas, I'm a Money Smart guy. And until we meet again, continue to help people, continue to love people, and continue to change your lives today. See you next week, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.